Hey guys, welcome back to the Christy Crafts channel. This week we are working with the Valentine Kisses Bundle. This is these cute bears with all the Valentine sentiments. Happy Valentine's, bear hugs and kisses. That's my favorite. Giving you a big smooch. And the dies that come with this bundle are just adorable. First of all, they'll cut out your bears, and then included are dies that create this really cute kissing booth. It's adorable. Let me show you what that looks like on a finished card. Here somewhere. There we go. I used the dies to create this little kissing booth, and then added the sentiment, giving you a big smooch, and then added the bears, colored those in with the alcohol markers. Just cute as can be. So that's what we're working with this week. This was the first set that I had got in the new packaging. And I like it. It comes in these envelopes, which are very similar to the envelopes that the dies have always come in. But now the stamps come in them as well. And so they create a much smaller profile on your shelf. And they're taller. So these are the stamps. Again, this is the Valentine Kisses Bundle, and stamps and dies. So let me show you some cards that I made with this bundle, and then we'll make a card. So we've already seen this one, which has the bears and the kissing booth and the little hearts. And then this background paper is from the Love Notes DSP, which I featured last week. I love that pack of paper. So you'll see I'm using that again pretty heavily this week. So there's that one. And there's this one with the little bears holding flowers. And the neat thing about this bear die is it cuts out the arms, so you can slide these little other things down in there and make some really cute things. So happy Valentine's Day for that one. And this one, sending you lots of love your way to celebrate this special day. Now, this could be that little teddy bear. This could be for Valentine's Day, or you could use this for a baby. Congratulations for a new baby. So there's that one. And there's this one, which I put the little kissy marks on this big heart and added a couple of little birds. Thought it came out really cute. And then this one, which is, again, bear hugs and kisses. And this embossing folder is the Endless Love. Let's see. Okay, right here. Hearts of Love 3D embossing folder. It comes with the Endless Love bundle, or suite. There's that one. And then this one, also using that embossing folder to create a background with the Forever Plaid, and then just adding some of the loose Valentine assortments, embellishments, and Happy Valentine's Day. And this one I just stamped on white, making a white bear. I thought it was cute. So those are my cards that I have made so far. And now let's make one together. So first thing, we're starting out with a A6 card base, which is 6 by 4.5 white. And we are going to layer that up a little bit. We're going to add a piece of real red, which is a 1/4 inch smaller. So it would be 5.75 by 4.25. So let's glue that on there using your choice of adhesive. You could use liquid glue like I like, or tear and tape. I like liquid glue because it sticks real well and gives you a little bit of grace in lining it up. You can still move it a little bit after you've put it on there. Just center that on your card front. And stick it down. Okay, and then this one has a little bit of multi-layer, so I'm going to add another piece of white. So this would be another 1/4 inch smaller than this. So it would be 5.5 by 4. And you can adjust the measurements to suit your preferred size of card. This is just, I like this size. It's a little bit bigger than our kit cards, but that's just my preferred size. So I'm going to center that up on there. Now, the next is I used a piece of the Designer Series paper, the Made with Love 12 by 12 paper. This is the same sheet. I just cut this a 1/4 inch smaller. So let's do some math. If this is 6, 575, 5.5, 525 by 4.5, 425, 375. 525 by 375. And then I just cut it in half because I'm going to flip it over and use the striped side on the bottom and the exos on top. Excuse me. So now let's glue those on there. Excuse me. Okay. And now the top. Okay, now we've got our card base ready to go. So let's do a little stamping and cutting and make our cutesy pieces. Okay, so first thing we're going to need is the bear stamp, and that's the wrong one. Hold on. I got the wrong one out. I want to use the Kissy Bear. Okay, so this is the Kissy Bear. And then, okay, so we're going to cut some hearts. There's a little heart die. We're going to cut a few of those in our, out of Real Red, and then we're going to cut this banner with Real Red. And then we're going to stamp the Kissy Bear on crumb cake paper using Early Espresso ink. So he's going to be a brown bear. Let's ink up our pad and then stamp him right on the Early Espresso. There we go. Okay, we're going to stamp our Sentiment with Black, Bear Hugs and Kisses. Yeah, great. All right, now I'm going to do some die cutting off screen. Let's see. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. We're going to die cut our bear. So line this up. Oh, get a little piece of washi tape. I usually have some sticking right there on my desk. I don't. So, get him lined up. tape down. And then we've got our red. And we're going to cut out some hearts and some of the banners. So, just going to do that off camera here. Be right back. So, there's our cutesy bear and a heart. And the banner. Okay, we're going to need more than one heart, but I have already cut out some, so I have got those already cut out for us right there. I don't know if we'll need all those or not, but there's our hearts and our bear. We just now need to do our sentiment. So I want this as a square. So I'm going to pull out my little small trimmer. Okay, and line that up. There we go. There's our sentiment. Now, I want this in red, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this to my red paper here. Just want a little edge. Sorry, I'm off camera a little bit there. Now, I can trim that down. And there's my sentiment. Now, we are ready to put our card together. So, we have our card base. Okay, and our sentiment is going to be kind of to this side. And our bear is going to be here. Like so. And then we're going to just have a few hearts here. And then our little banner is going to go underneath our sentiment. Just like this. And then we'll have a couple more hearts down below. Maybe just one more. Yeah. And then I have a little extra finishing touch, but let's put this together. So first thing we're going to do is put on our sentiment with dimensionals. Right side up. Wouldn't be good. Oh, and you know what else? I think, yeah, make sure you always check that your card opening is correct. Okay, so we're going to line that, and see that seam of our paper, we're going to put it right over there. Kind of center it up. There we go. And then we're going to need some dimensionals on our bear. Okay, and he's going to go right. That middle one, I need to scoot over a little bit. And let's add a little glue to this side. fit him right over that sentiment. Yeah. Now we can add this. We're just going to put some little dots of glue. Okay. And it's going to go right and those holes are little tiny hearts. Isn't that adorable? Alright, so there's our banner. And then we're going to stick our hearts down. Put one there. There we go. I think 3's enough. If I put another one, see, that's too much. Yeah, I like the 3. And then the finishing touch for our little bear, his hands kind of look like he's holding, so we're going to put a little heart right in his hand. We're going to pick one of these little I'm going to put a little dot of glue there. Oop. And we're going to add and there we have it. I just love these little bears. They're adorable and little sentiments, bear hugs and kisses. Oh, they're so cute. Okay, so that's this week's project. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you do, make sure you hit subscribe and like. That way you get the latest downloads. So, next week I'll be back. I think I have one more Valentine project before we move on to something different. So, I hope you guys have a great week. Happy crafting.